Hey, welcome. So if you're anything like me, you are seeing an absolute explosion of new AI tools, right? It's popping up everywhere. And while it's super exciting, let's be honest, it can also get, well, pretty overwhelming. Today, we are going to cut right through all that noise and build a real, actionable playbook to turn all that AI potential into actual progress.
Does this sound familiar? You hear about some cool new AI tool, you jump down a rabbit hole for a few hours, and you come out with maybe a neat-looking graphic or a clever paragraph, but you haven't made any real, sustained progress on your actual goals. You are not alone. It's a classic problem called analysis paralysis, and it's super common right now. And this brings us to the core mindset shift for this entire explainer. The solution doesn't start with a tool. It starts with a question. The most powerful first step you can take is to ignore all those endless options and just focus on this one question. What's the one thing you're actually trying to solve? So here's our roadmap. We'll start by really nailing down this AI overwhelm problem and finding our true starting point. Then we're going to dive into 3 super actionable playbooks before we get to the professional secret, planning before you prompt. And we'll wrap it all up with the essential AI toolkit to make it all happen. First up, Section 1, the AI overwhelm problem. This is all about how we stop falling into those endless rabbit holes of just playing around with tools and start moving towards clear, measurable progress. So how do we actually fix this? That brings us right to Section 2, your starting point. And it feels a little counterintuitive, right? To use AI effectively, the most powerful first step is to step away from the tools for a minute and just focus on a single goal. And the process to get started is actually incredibly simple. Step 1, just relax and focus on that one problem you want to solve. Step 2, grab your phone, hit the voice recorder, and just talk. The goal is to get all your raw, unfiltered thoughts out of your head. Third, get that audio transcribed. And finally, we're going to organize all that raw text using a tool called Notebook LM. So what even is Notebook LM? Well, think of it as your personal research assistant. It's specifically designed to take your source content, like that transcript you just made, or articles, or even YouTube videos, and help you analyze it, organize your thoughts, and start generating initial drafts for things like blog posts or business plans. It's our foundation.
Okay, now for the really fun part in Section 3, the playbooks. Now that our thoughts are organized in Notebook LM, we can start executing specific, repeatable workflows to get real business outcomes.
Let's kick things off with playbook number 1, generating a whole suite of social media content. The goal here is to take one single core idea and efficiently spin it out into multiple pieces of content for different platforms.
And here's that workflow in action. You take your summary from Notebook LM and pop it into ChatGPT to create a punchy LinkedIn post. Then you can use a video tool like Google Flows to create a short, eye-catching clip. And finally, you go right back to ChatGPT to expand that very same idea into a more detailed article. Now, the real key here is to schedule these posts across different days. That way you're maximizing your reach without just spamming your audience.
Okay, moving on to playbook 2, business and competitive planning. This is where things get really strategic. We're going to turn AI into our own personal analyst, using public information to get a serious competitive edge. You know, the process here is kind of genius in its simplicity. First, go to YouTube and find product videos from your competitors. Now, instead of watching and transcribing them yourself, you just drop the YouTube links directly into Notebook LM. From there, you can literally interrogate the content. You can ask it questions like, what are their biggest weak points? Or where are they winning with customers? Then you use those insights to generate a white paper or even a full 90-day business plan. You can even share the notebook with your team so everyone can do their own research on the same data. It's so powerful.
And our final playbook, number 3, is all about marketing and brand development. Here, we're going to use AI to build a professional and, really importantly, a consistent brand identity, basically from the ground up. So this is a two-parter. First, you can use a tool like ChatGPT to build a professional style guide to keep your brand looking consistent. But the real game changer is step 2. Instead of just guessing what your brand promise is, you analyze your own data. You can feed transcripts of your actual customer calls into the AI and ask it, what do my customers really value about us? The answer is right there, in their own words.
Which brings us to a really critical concept here in Section 4, planning before the prompt. This is the big shift. It's moving from using AI as a fun toy to using it as a professional, strategic partner. And there's really no better way to think about this than the Jeff Bezos method. Before his teams at Amazon start a new project, they have to write the future press release for it. This forces absolute clarity on the end goal. What is the promise? Who is it for? What does success actually look like? You have to define the destination before you even start the car.
So let's compare these two approaches. The amateur jumps right into the tools, experiments aimlessly, and posts content without a real plan. The pro starts by writing that press release. They use AI to build a structured 90-day plan to achieve that outcome. And, importantly, they ask the AI to help define the key metrics for success, so they know if they're actually winning or losing along the way.
All right, let's wrap this all up with a quick summary of the toolkit we've been talking about in Section 5. And what's cool is it's surprisingly focused. You really don't need dozens of tools to execute these playbooks.
Your core toolkit is pretty simple. You've got Notebook LM for organizing all your research. You've got ChatGPT as your main generator for text, plans, and ideas. A video tool like Google Flows handles your short-form content. A conversational AI like Grok is awesome for quick interactions on the go. And of course, Canva, which now integrates with AI, it makes all the visual design stuff a total breeze.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. The biggest shift is moving from you prompting the machine for simple little tasks to letting the machine prompt you by helping you build a comprehensive plan. Define your press release, and then ask the AI, okay, now help me build a 90-day plan to make this real.
Look, this isn't just about learning to use a few new tools. It's about learning how to think and plan with a powerful new partner. You now have the framework, you've got the playbooks, so the only question left is, what's that one big goal you're finally going to tackle? What press release will you write today?